How's it going there, everyone? I'm coming at you from New Haven, Washington, and I'm about to do a good 25 to 30 mile bike ride, but with some serious elevation gain. You guys can see the stats when I upload them to Garmin on the description down below. And many of you who used to follow me on my old channel and who have met me or who will meet me in person are probably asking the question, am I still a virgin? And unfortunately, from my perspective, the answer is yes. 41 years of age and still a virgin. And so I have decided 5 years later that I'm going to do a remake of a video I had on my old channel, and it actually had over 250,000 views. However, this video, I'm not just going to be rambling in front of a computer screen. I'm going to be blogging while I'm on my cycling ride, and I'm going to definitely let out some anger and frustrations, especially on the descents. So it's going to be an action-packed video with some intense blogging, and as I've said before, and I used to say in my old videos, I will one day lose my virginity. And so that really irritates me, how people can be an asshole to others, especially like those who can't really, who have difficulty making friends. Oh yeah, and I used to see, I hate being a loner, and so now I've got to allow some aggression. Oh yeah, woo! Oh yeah, nothing like taking a car yard over 40 miles an hour. Oh yeah. And so, being that I have been teased and even bullied, surprisingly, the past few years, I've definitely got some aggression and anger to let out. And to add to the challenges of life, a lot of people, all my former friends from my teens and 20s, most of them have since married and have found their new circle of friends. And that definitely makes things more complicated in terms of being able to fight off, especially if you're suffering from any kind of mental illness like depression, social anxiety. As I was saying before, most, if not all of my friends from my teens and 20s have since married and have found their new circle of friends. And then, of course, on top of that, from around my mid-30s is when I started suffering from chronic depression along with anxiety and, of course, social anxiety. And it often seems like when you have the double whammy of being a loner and then coupled with suffering from any form of mental illness, it seems like you become easy prey for the predators. The predators being those who often have loving families, loving wife, children, they have many friends, and yet they feel that they have the need to go prey on those who don't have it as fortunate as them. Which really doesn't make sense to me, because people will say, people only bully those if they don't feel good about themselves. Well then, how do these guys, if they don't feel good about themselves, manage to get a girlfriend and have a family? That really doesn't make sense to me. And an incident that happened a few years back is a great example of how a guy decided to be an asshole to me in front of his family. It was during, actually it was right after a snowstorm. The roads were covered with snow, and then it had iced over, but they were smooth, and I had very good grip while cycling on them. I wasn't sliding around or anything, and there was hardly any traffic. It was like as if I had the road to myself. And then this guy comes up behind me in a Suburban, and as he passes by me, he yells, "Get a brain!" And he does that right in front of his wife and kids. I mean, did he get off on being an asshole in front of his family to another guy that's by himself? See, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And so for all of you bloggers out there who are in my situation, especially those of you who are in your prime years, 20s, even 30s, do not blog in front of the computer screen or limit it. Get out there, take up a sport, take advantage of your prime years. Take a hobby, a sport, become as good as you can at it. Let out all your anger, frustrations into that sport like I'm doing here. Because I tell you this, I learned the hard way. I used to make a lot of blogging videos just talking in front of the computer screen. It didn't get me very far. People will have more sympathy for the devil than they will have for you if all they see you doing is just blogging in front of the computer screen, acting like you're not making any effort to better yourself. So try to get out there and show the world that you're trying to better yourself while blogging. That's my advice to all of you out there, especially all of you who are young and in the same situation as I am in, who have trouble with finding a girlfriend, making friends. Get out there and take the bull by the horns. Yeah! Ah! That's what I said. Take the bull by the horns. I'm nearing the top of this 4-mile climb. It's all about unleashing that anger. Unleash it. Let out that frustration and anger. Press the climb here. There you go. Let out that anger. Whoa. Woo! Now once I get past these crosswinds up here, it's going to be time for me to really let out some anger. Gotta get past these crosswinds here. These crosswinds are vicious. But once I get through these, I'm gonna unleash some anger. To my training that I will lose my virginity. That's how dedicated I am to make it to the Olympic Games and maybe even one day lose my virginity. Yeah! Yeah! Unleashing that anger. If you've made it this far in the video, I'm going to let you guys know what I use for fluids and food sources during this ride that was 31 miles in length and probably around 3,500 to 4,000 vertical feet of elevation gain throughout. I used 2 24-ounce bottles filled with whole milk and 3 goos. That's my fluid of choice on these shorter rides, and the hot weather is cold whole milk. And my stats for this ride will be posted in the description below. Overall, I went pretty easy. I went hard on some of the downhill sections, and then I also went somewhat hard while cresting on some of the uphill finishes. But other than that, overall, fairly light to moderate ride. It's nice and easy because yesterday I had a long ski day, just under 6 hours. But today was a day to just kind of let out some anger and to just kind of express my thoughts on how I feel people in general should learn to be appreciative of whatever they've got and to not bully or make fun of other people, especially those who are by themselves and are suffering from any mental illness. Be happy for your family. Be happy that you have friends. Enjoy life. Spend your energy on something productive, not on something negative like putting down others. I'm cruising up the last uphill section of my ride, about 1.5 miles long, just taking it nice and easy. Nothing too hard, keeping the heart rate down low, kind of using this as a recovery hill, and just trying to enjoy the scenery. Just enjoying the last hill climb of the day. In the shade, got a good ride in, vented out some frustrations. All in all, a very good day and a good ride. But there's one bit of excitement left to come. Oh yeah, there's a tunnel coming up here. And I don't slow down for tunnels. Oh yeah! Woo, yeah! Oh yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Well, that wraps up this video. I accelerated towards that tunnel because I'm definitely trying to show people out there that I've got some courage and I'm developing a sense of true fearlessness, because I am going to, one day, for certain, I am going to lose my virginity. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace out.